GitHub was just hacked. And no, this is not a joke. Over 4,000 internal private repositories have been leaked by a group called Team PCP. We are talking about the core source code of GitHub itself. But the scariest part? The hackers didn't break through a massive firewall. They got in through a simple Visual Studio Code extension. Today, we are going to analyze the official timeline of the attack. Read GitHub's exact statements. Let's dive in. Let's look at how this actually unfolded. Before GitHub said a single word, the hackers were already flexing. A user going by the name BoxTurtle, part of Team PCP, posted this. GitHub knew for hours, they delayed telling you, and they won't be honest in the future. It's been an honor to play around with the cats over the past few months. And they didn't just talk. They dropped a screenshot showing a massive list of compressed .tar.gz backup files. If you look closely at this terminal output, you can see internal repos for telemetry, sentry reports, and even GitHub-PPL-codecs. They had everything. After that leak went public, the corporate panic started. On May 19th, GitHub's official account finally posted, "We are investigating unauthorized access to GitHub's internal repositories. While we currently have no evidence of impact to customer information, we are closely monitoring our infrastructure for follow-on activity." They followed up by saying they would notify customers if any impact was discovered. At this point, the developer community was panicking because no one knew exactly how the hackers got in. Then on May 20th, the bomb dropped. GitHub tweeted, "We are sharing additional details regarding our investigation into unauthorized access to GitHub's internal repositories. Yesterday, we detected and contained a compromise of an employee device involving a poisoned VS Code extension. We removed the malicious extension version, isolated the endpoint, and began incident response immediately." Stop right there. A poisoned VS Code extension. This is critical. A developer at GitHub installed something they shouldn't have. Once installed, that extension likely had access to the employee's authentication tokens, granting the attackers a free pass to clone the repos. The thread continues. GitHub states, "Our current assessment is that the activity involved exfiltration of GitHub internal repositories only. The attackers' current claims of approximately 3,800 repositories are directionally consistent with our investigation so far." They basically admitted the hackers were telling the truth about the size of the leak. Then, they explained their mitigation. "We moved quickly to reduce risk. Critical secrets were rotated yesterday and overnight, with the highest impact credentials prioritized first." Let's pause and talk about what rotating critical secrets actually means in a massive enterprise environment. When a breach like this happens, every single API key, database password, and deployment token the compromised employee had access to must be considered stolen. Rotating them means invalidating the old keys and generating new ones. It is a DevOps nightmare that breaks production pipelines if not done perfectly. GitHub finished their update by saying, "We continue to analyze logs, validate secret rotation, and monitor for any follow-on activity. We will publish a fuller report once the investigation is complete." So, while customer data seems safe for now, the infrastructure took a massive hit. This brings us to the real problem, your own security. How do you prevent this from happening to your servers or your clients' projects? You cannot blindly trust extensions just because they have a high download count. The VS Code marketplace is full of typo squatting, fake extensions pretending to be official tools. Here's your action plan. First, audit your extensions right now. Click on the author's name and verify it links to their actual official repository. Check the release date. If an official extension was created 2 weeks ago, delete it immediately. Second, keep your setup lean. If VS Code has a native feature that does the job, uninstall the third-party extension. Every piece of third-party code you install is a potential backdoor. Finally, if you manage a team or teach students, you need strict policies. You can configure VS Code workspace settings to restrict which extensions are allowed. Don't leave security up to the free will of every junior developer. Lock it down to a verified list of tools. The biggest code repository in the world was compromised by a simple editor extension. Take this as a wake-up call. Audit your tools, rotate your keys if you feel exposed, and stay safe out there. Drop a like if this helped you understand the situation, subscribe for more tech deep dives, and let me know in the comments. What is the most sketchy VS Code extension you've ever installed? See you in the next one.